Hello my materialistic minions, it's me, Beau coming to you today with actually a side-by-side of two of my favorite massage guns. Spoiler alert, I'm actually gonna choose this one. And I'm gonna go into a few hints, tips, and tricks to figure out, well, why this is actually slightly better. Don't feel bad if you got this one from Safe. I actually have another separate review for this one, but this is more new. And I'm just going to say why. And I would say right off the bat, the thing that I appreciate about this is the handle. Obviously, when you look next to, right next to each other, this one, you're actually able to have an easier angle. Now, I do a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and I have a messed up neck. And I'm always getting it more and more and more messed up. And so this actually allows me to do it, myself as I'm sitting there, binging on my Netflix, and I don't necessarily have to say, hey Liz, my lovely wife, can you have this because it's a little harder of an angle. It's possible, I'm not gonna complain that much. It's a nice gun, but as far as conveniency goes, it's so much easier as opposed to back here. Check that out, look. So if you have issues specifically on your back or your neck, this right here is going to be much easier to access. Now, you may be like, but Beau, what if I am a physical therapist or a sports scientist or something? Do I have to hold it like this in an awkward angle? No, it rotates around like that. Isn't that convenient? So you can still hold it as you would this gun right here, but it's a little bit more versatile. Let's talk accessories very quickly. I would say that this gun right here, compared to the other massage guns that I have tested and reviewed, this actually comes with more accessories. For the most part, they all pretty much come with the same heads. About 80% of the time, I use this little round one right here. It's kind of a soft tennis ball type feel. And then there's a bit more aggressive of a one right here. They call it the acupuncture one. And that's just very, very precise, but I typically do not use that. And then they have this weird little fork thing right there. Someone who is a chiropractor can probably tell me what that's used for, but the other one that I would use, I would say the other 20% of the time, is this flat little thing right here. So you take it and you smash it in like so, but before I do that, I'm actually gonna also show you these other accessories. It comes with some spare parts, so some little round rubber O-rings, and those actually go on there. So if you take this on and off, let's say you're a physical therapist and you're always swapping these out, those little rubber rings are going to get worn down eventually, which is good. I'm glad that you're actually wearing down products because that means you're actually using it. If a product is in pristine condition, then that's an indicator that you probably didn't need it in the first place. So anyway, gotta get off my high horse there for a moment. So I just put the flat one on right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. Bit more slappy, right? So be careful, especially like with your the bones or something like that. So only focus on the large muscle groups, I would say, because we don't actually want to cause some bruising with this thing. Okay, so very gentle, just kind of identify where my neck has kind of been tight. I would say for this one, I would probably use on my larger muscle groups like my quads, and the softer tennis ball one I would do closer to my neck because I've got some really, I mean your spine is up there, your carotid artery is right there, and you probably want to use something a bit softer than this hard one right here that can kind of get kind of slappy. So that's why I say I only use this one maybe 20% of the time, and then the tennis ball one 80% of the time. Now, I will say on the Safe, it is digital. So click it on the bottom. They're probably the same innards because it's the exact same switch on there. But the difference is, check out the back. So this is from the Eleeels 5. I actually don't know how it's pronounced. There's like 3 E's in there, but I'm gonna put this one in the description of this video right here. This is the curved one, by the way, in case you're wondering. But check out the back right there. So this is more analog, much more simple to operate. This one is gonna take a learning curve. So you're gonna have to turn it on like this, and it immediately starts up like that, okay? Now this one, on the other hand, you hit that, and it immediately starts. So they're going right now. Now initially, when I first got this one right here, I was a little taken aback because it seemed a little too intense. Well, that's because, check this out. So if you get this run right here, keep in mind this, it's not intuitive when you first get it, but there is a comfort mode and sports mode, okay? The sports mode is much more intense. It immediately goes right into some pretty aggressive thumps that you're gonna be getting. But if you just want comfort mode, which actually I would actually say it's easier to tolerate when it's in comfort mode. It's just less intense. So to get into the sports mode, you just turn it on like that. And then so there's level 1, level 2, and level 3. That's really aggressive. I doubt you're ever gonna get to this point right there. Wow. So, and then to turn it off, you just hit it again. So you cycle through all 3 of those things. Again, that is sports mode, meaning that it's pretty intense. To do the comfort mode, you turn it on the same way, only you hold it down for about 2 seconds. Check it out. 1, 2, and look at that. That's much slower, much more gentle, and that's just nice right there. Now, obviously, you don't. Again, full disclosure, I'm not a chiropractor or sports scientist or anything, but you're not gonna want to put this directly on bones, like right on your spine, or you're gonna probably bruise something here because it can get pretty intense. And so again, now we're in comfort mode because I turned it on doing the 2-second delay, and you can just continue. So see the light down there, and then that's number 2, and then number 3. So the camera, the frame rate, it actually looks really slow, but it's actually hitting it pretty hard right there. So I would say for my particular use, I would do comfort mode, level 3, for pretty much 90% of the injuries that I sustain doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, it just feels so nice. Oh, that's really nice. I have actually, before I got this, I would sit there after popping some ibuprofen, and I would just do this manually with my wrists or with my fingertips, and after class, and I would do this for like 20 solid minutes because my neck was so tight and there was a knot in it. It was so messed up. But now, this, I only do it for maybe 5 minutes, and it works all the knots out of my messed up neck. Isn't that cool? Yeah. And then, of course, to turn it off, you just hit it again. Again, to get back into sports mode, as indicated by the lights that go up here, you just start it 1, 2, 3, and off. For comfort mode, hold it down, and it starts slower. Now the lights are down here for comfort mode. 2, oh, did I hit it hard enough? 3, and then lastly, off it goes. Very, very simple. So I would say in terms of simplicity, this is probably more simple than this one. If you're like, wow, what's the weight difference? It's exactly only 2 ounces heavier than this one. My point is, it's negligible. They're virtually the exact same innards. I would say the main difference, once again, is that handle, which allows it to be much more versatile. Let's say you go out on a run and your hamstrings are really tight, then this would be perfect for those hamstrings. Oh, my little girls need to get into my studio space now, so I'm gonna go. There are the main differences and why I personally would recommend this guy. Much more simple to use and much more versatile. My name is Beau. The link to this is in the description below. I will catch you later.